Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today it's time for famous Australian places. How well do you know your famous places of Australia? Well, to be honest, I think the answer is I don't. I could name probably, well, the Sydney Opera House and the Sydney Harbour Bridge. So that's two. And possibly Ayers Rock as well, or Uluru. So that's 3 out of 155 locations here. So who knows how well we'll do. It says it's easy, but in the past that's been no indicator of my success, unfortunately. So why don't we hit play? I'm going to give myself a bit longer than normal here, just to sort of make sure we've got the time. I've no idea how hard or easy this will be. Let's start the game and see how we do. Okay, welcome. Australia Zoo, home of the crocodile hunter. Very good. Australia Zoo Wildlife Hospital. That's the entrance. So, Australia Zoo here, right? Where do you think that is? Is that more likely going to be in Sydney? You'd imagine, but we've got the map of the whole Australia there is on the logo. But then who knows? Because it could be in Canberra, for example. Maybe. Steve Irwin Way, very good. And we're on the M1 here. We've got Brisbane in one direction and Landsborough in another. So I might use this sign actually to get going. And find the M1 at the very least. So we know Brisbane is up there. Now the next one is Beerwah. And this is the A1. The M1 is there as well. The A1. And then it becomes the N1. Okay. So we're possibly up here somewhere. Now the other places we are looking for. And by the way, this is not the M1 we're on here. So we need to sort of get out onto this road. And then in one direction, north to be clear, there's Landsborough. And then we can go south, at which point we will join the M1. So we can go south to join the M1. And the M1 does continue north of Brisbane, so but you would imagine Beerwah is there. Excellent. Beerwah, Landsborough and Cole. We're around here. There's Landsborough. We've even put our pin on it. Australia Zoo. Found it. Absolutely brilliant. Steve Irwin Way. There we go. Australia Zoo's right here. This is absolutely fantastic. We've nailed it. So I think we probably started, what was it, here? By this car park? Fraser Road. Let's just go back to the beginning. And yes, there is a road that continues sort of way down there to the east. So let's just double check that. That would be this one. There's this car park, which is off at a kind of a diagonal to us. Well, I think we've pretty much nailed that. So that's pretty good. So it took a bit of thinking there around where we were on that road and working out that Brisbane was to the south. And that this isn't the M1, so we've got directions to M1. And then Landsborough and Beerwah really helped. So where is the Australia Zoo? It's actually north of Brisbane by the city here called Sunshine Coast. And and this whole Gold Coast region of Australia, I think that this is called. So Steve Irwin Way as well, a nice nod to him. He was definitely an icon of my childhood growing up. So nice to see his name on the road. There we go. So found the Australia Zoo. Guess. And it's a 0-yard guess as well. So look at that. Spot on. Not off to a bad start here. Okay. Now we are by the sea. And that's good because it's pretty clear. And we can see there as well, there's a truck here called Bass Strait Transport. Now, the Bass Strait is the sea between Australia and Tasmania, I think. But that's just a lorry with the Bass Strait Transport written on it. So, I mean, we could be in northern Australia for all I know, but it's not a bad clue. And this is a commercial, sorry, this is, for people, right? This is a passenger ferry, this one at least. Cars and buses are welcome, etc. So I wonder if we get out of here, will there be sort of signposts as to where we are? I'm looking for, the Melbourne Ferry Terminal, for example. Bass Strait. There was a sign just here. There. Devonport City Centre. Right. And there's another sign here as well. Devonport City Centre. Spirit of Tasmania Passenger Lounge. Okay, interesting. So perhaps we're in Tasmania, actually. That's worth a quick check, isn't it? And there is Devonport. Yes. Absolutely fantastic. Spirit of Tasmania Passenger Lounge. It's even got a pin like here. So are we possibly around there? Are we on North Way right now and just got to Wright Street? I think, did I see a sign for Wright Street? Am I thinking that up? Norton Way. Sorry, not North Way, Norton Way. And nope. But I think that was it, right? The Bridgestone Service Centre should just be on the map. Here. Yes, it is. Bridgestone Service Centre, Devonport. There we go. So we've come up Norton Way. And we started at the Spirit of Tasmania. So somewhere back there. Let's just go back to the beginning now and see what we can see. We're by this... Let's see. The road just sort of split in two here. And I think we came down here. Bargain Car Rentals and Europe Car is to our north as well. Europe Car and Budget, actually. So we're about there. Can't quite figure out where we are there. But here, possibly. That's right. And the road bends round there. So good. We found the Spirit of Tasmania. That's clearly this boat here. I wonder if there were a few other clues that we could have seen around there. Spirit of Tasmania. Yes, you see, you didn't see that one earlier. So that's good. We found it. So I think we're in the right spot, but I'll just zoom out. On the other side of the town from... So this is Devonport, and we're actually in East Devonport here. So it's probably a good thing we didn't go searching for that. We'd have had to sort of go down and over a bridge and all the rest of it. But we are in northern Tasmania. And here you go. Here's Bass Strait, for example, between Melbourne and Tasmania. So that's very good. Okay, on with the guess. And, well, we were just a little bit off there, but that's okay. So 2 for 2. So far, so good. I'll try not to jinx it, though. Now we're in a city centre. Interesting. And actually we're in a photosphere, so we cannot move. Aha. Right, well this is going to be a bit of a challenge. I've got no idea what city this is, but I don't think it's Sydney. The sun there is in the east, so it's just coming up for the day. And we've got the Aussies, are typically sort of like fit and healthy people, very into their sports. So good to see them all out running on the boardwalk this morning. So I'm not sure that I've got much to go by here. The sun it is kind of rising. Is that right? Am I looking east? Yeah, I think I'm looking east there. So that's good. Northeast. Okay. So that makes sense. Which way is north? This way is north. So I think we're just the best approach might be just to sort of look at the major cities. I'm going to start in Perth and see what the river is doing in Perth. Now, we've got some rivers. And it does look like we're on this little beachy area. So this one here is plausible, actually. The river's going north, and the river is to our, what did I say earlier? East. So that would put us on the west side of the river. Fair enough. And it looks like we're looking at the downtown there. So, or at least some sort of big skyscraper district. And actually that looks the wrong way around to me. I just want to check out this Crown Perth thing, because the mansions at Crown Perth, because this all looks pretty plausible here with this boardwalk and with this man-made pond, like here, but there's a road there and we're not on a road. So I don't think we've nailed it yet, to be honest. So perhaps we're not in Perth. Just the river's going north, at least here where we are, and then there's a bridge to the south, and it bends round to the east. Bridge to the south, and it bends round to the east. I mean, unless we're like here, or maybe in a different, maybe we're here, Lake Monga. No, it's definitely a river. So I'm getting out of Perth, going to the next city. Which one should we select? Let's try. I don't think it's Adelaide. I don't think that there is a big river in Adelaide, to be honest. No, there isn't. So I'm going with Melbourne. Melbourne. Down here. Let's get in there. Is there a river? Sort of. The Yarra River, of course, that's what it's called. And again, we're looking for a north-south section of river, which there kind of isn't. So it might not be there either. I'm not going to give that one too much time, to be honest. Canberra. And then Brisbane is next, because I don't think we're in Sydney. Canberra doesn't really have... Well, obviously it's got this. Could this be it? Not sure on that one either. The next one then is going to be Brisbane. And I think if it's not Brisbane, I'm going to run out of ideas. Here's the north-south section river. I think this is more like it. Streets Beach, for example. We've got here a clear main part of the city, downtown here. This looks downtownish to me, right? And the river goes north-south and it bends around to the east there. So I think that is pretty good. We've got this beach area. I would expect that to be on the map. I've only got 10 seconds left, so South Bank Visitor Information Centre, Streets Beach. I'm just going to say we're there. That's it. Ah, yes! Found it. That's brilliant. I'm absolutely chuffed with that, because I really wasn't sure. And we looked through... I didn't recognise the city. I've never been to these places. So, you know, from my perspective... That was just brute forcing the issue, frankly. But had some patience, didn't go with Perth, for example, and paid off. So, excellent. On to the next round. Right, what are we looking at here? We've got another Snake Territory Wildlife Park. Okay. Now, territory. I think there is the Northern Territory is one of the... I don't know what they're called, states. And that's right, because Darwin is a city in the north. So, and I think that's it. Litchfield National Park, Tumbling Waters Holiday Park, 8 kilometers away. And we've got Darwin and Wagate Beach. So this should be okay, touch woods. There's not a lot up there in that neck of the woods in Australia. Well, there is a lot up there. It's a huge area. But here we go, Northern Territory. That's the word I was looking for. That's the sort of state I was looking for. Are they states in Australia? Someone comment below if you know better. But well, let's call them territories for now. We're in the Northern Territory, as opposed to sort of Queensland, New South Wales, so on, so on, so on. So let's get up to Darwin, because clearly we're close by there. And, you know, we see Litchfield National Park, for example. So that's good. And Cox Peninsula Road, Darwin and Wagate Beach. So we're looking for the Cox Peninsula as well. Which, you know, it could be this peninsula, this one, this one. What were the other ones as well? I see Tumbling Waters, Holiday Park, 8 kilometres away. Litchfield Pub. Litchfield National Park, 8 kilometres to the west. Darwin is to the east. So there is Litchfield. Darwin to the east. That's strange, because Darwin is pretty much west of everything. Litchfield National Park is down here. Oh no, it's not. Florence. Litchfield National Park, yes. And what was this one? So it might make sense that we're sort of on here somewhere. And Wagate Beach. I don't see Wagate Beach either. Tower Beach. Dundee Beach. We've got Tumbling Water here. That's only the name of this holiday park. So I'm really I'm kind of refusing to go far. There are some more signs here, so let's stop. The reason I'm refusing to go sort of anywhere really is because, you know, it's so far away. Basically, everything in Australia is so far away that. Litchfield Park, Bachelor Museum. We're in this loop here somewhere, but unfortunately, I'm struggling to nail it down. So maybe I should have gone a bit further. But anyway, let's just check we're not missing anything else. Litchfield Park is only 8 kilometres away. Wagate Beach, hang on. What's that one there? Wasn't that the one on the list? Wagate Beach, yes. Cox Peninsula Road. There it is. We're here somewhere. There's the Cox Peninsula Road. Oh, rubbish. Should have found that ages ago. I don't think I recognise the name, and we're actually in Territory Wildlife Park, which I think I must have looked at 100 times. So that's a really stupid error there. I think because well, there's no excuse really, but I think because it was sort of marked as this green area, I thought I was looking for a recreational site, you know, i.e. with a different, with like, I think it's got the carousel logo on it or the Ferris wheel or something like that on Google. And I was having a mental block there looking at this thing, because I swear we passed that 100 times. And it's even called Territory Wildlife Park, which is the whole reason we started in this region in the first place. So, whoops. Anyway, not firing on all cylinders there. What do we have here? Discover the Dress Code Empire, now exhibiting. This looks very grand. It's clearly a major sort of exhibition centre. And here we've got Victoria Touring Coaches. So this is more likely going to be in Canberra, perhaps. It's clearly some main building. Exhibition now showing behind the lines. Connect at Old Museum House. Does that say? Something like that. And there are some signs here with the logo for this building on it. Museum. Oh, what does it say? Museum something something something. Not quite found that yet, but we think we're in Victoria at least. Please pay here. And it looks like we've got the sort of more orderly street layout of Victoria, doesn't it? In fact, here we can see a great big lake or pond in the distance there. Ooh, perhaps we went a bit far, but and a memorial, so that's good. And this is all looking north, right? All looking north. So I wonder if we can just sort of figure it out from the geography of this land here. And there's a mountain in the distance too. But look, this is quite a big area. So let's get into Victoria and figure it out from... and by Victoria, I mean Canberra. And you can see the sort of orderly city that I'm talking about here. National Library of Australia, for example. National Gallery of Australia. Old Parliament House. Are we there? What is this building, for example? Canberra Centenary Trail. And we're looking northeast as well. So kind of on this axis, you know. Is it here, for example? Are we looking at that? Probably not. Need a little more clues as to what this building is, I think. It definitely looks like a museum. But we're not going to find it out from looking at the building there because it's just not that good a quality image. And we've got this kind of circular road. Langton Crescent City Centre. This is city centre here. No? I'm assuming we're in Canberra. We've got these curved streets, for example. State Circle, Kings Avenue, Brisbane Avenue. Well, we're definitely going to have to follow the sign to the city centre. What is this building? Again, it all looks very grand, but it's just not there. We're coming back now to the path, to this sort of cleared out area that we saw. And there's a river closer to us than I perhaps expected. So we're definitely in the right town. Let's see if we can't... Was this it then? Old Parliament House. Perhaps it was, you know. United Nations Information Centre. I think that fits. We'd come down here. There's Langton Crescent. So yes, we found it. We went back. Where do we go? I think we're now on Flynn Drive. And we're by this bridge here, which is called the Waterloo Bridge. Fantastic. So I think we got there in the end. This is the building we're looking at. It's called the Old Parliament House. And it's now... says United Nations Information Centre. So I'll just go back to the beginning and take another look at that. See if that fits. I thought it was more of a museum, but it does say Exhibition Centre. It looks about right. So I think I'll leave my guess where it is. And yes, that's correct. And what were we looking down there? We were looking down this... King George V Memorial was the memorial that we saw, and we were looking out towards the High Court of Australia, the National Portrait Gallery, and a few other major things. So bang in the middle of Canberra there. Happy to have found that. A few clues helped us. One was the name of that street. The other was that it said Central Canberra. And actually, Central Canberra was marked here as being north of the river, which is a bit strange. I think surely this is the middle of Canberra here. So I'm not quite sure what's going on there. But we got there in the end. So good. And the water helped as well, because we figured out we were to the south of it. We could have been up here, for example, and just not explored it. And we were looking at Mount Ainslie, it seems. So very good. Well, view summary. With the exception of the one up there in Darwin, I think we did pretty well, actually. So game finished, well done. 24, 8, 12 points in total. On the whole, enjoyed those famous places in Australia. They're all new to me, so good to explore. Thank you very much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed this one.